It is imperative and, however, clear to all Nigerians that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has suspended the embargo for political campaigns on the 28th of September 2022. It is on this note that the Chief Executive Officer of the Liberator Online Media Reports, Engineer Dr. Kailani Muhammad, flagged up the campaign on the 28th of September 2022 in support of the APC presidential candidate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where Engineer Kailani Muhammad spoke on the Votes Guard and Awareness titled Akasa Atsari. He is the political activist, public analyst, and the national chairman, Network for Election Education, Sensitization and Awareness. As the Nigeria's 2023 general elections draws nearer, the Nigerian populace have been urged to vote for consciousness, humility in hope for them and the future of their children with other young Nigerians. This was disclosed in a flag-up campaign in Rigasa ward of Igabi local government area of Kaduna State by the executive chairman, chief executive of the Liberator magazine, Engineer Kailani Muhammad, where he addressed the crowd of over 10,000 populace on why Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be elected under the platform of the All Progressive Congress, the APC, to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari and drive the way of affairs of Nigeria to the promised land, the desired Nigeria, the Nigeria of our dream.
It is with great pleasure I welcome you to this important press briefing on the state of the nation as the country approaches another round of election. As we are all aware, the 2023 general election is getting so close, just about 150 days away, and campaign to elect the next crop of leaders will commence in a couple of hours from now, which we have just started. It is therefore imperative to look at the current situation in the country with regard to the economy, employment, security, education, energy, and infrastructural development, as well as the electoral process that will usher in the next leadership at various levels of governance in the country.
The performance of President Muhammadu Buhari over the last 7 years, according to the veteran analyst and oil expert, Engineer Kailani Muhammad, he said there isn't any doubt that the APC-led administration had performed tremendously in the country.
Overview of performance of APC administration. First of all, let's take a look at the performance of APC administration under President Muhammadu Buhari over the last 7 years. There is no doubt the country had its rough time and challenges, but yet significant successes have been recorded in the areas of security, economic and infrastructural development, and in other sectors of social development. It is our ardent hope that Nigeria will witness once again a very peaceful election that will usher in the next set of leadership that will carry on with the good work started by the APC administration. Prior to the coming of the Buhari administration, the citizens of this country have been experiencing many challenges, but so far so good, as the present administration has successfully mitigated the major and the most unpleasant challenge of Boko Haram, while also aggressively tackling the twin issues of banditry and kidnappings for ransom, particularly in the northwest states of Kaduna, Zamfara, Katsina, Sokoto, Niger, and Kebbi states. Government is also tackling similar challenges in Nasarawa states and in the north central and other parts of the country.
It's on this note that Engineer Kailani said Nigerians see the reasons now why Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, having seen his remarkable achievements in Lagos State on security, infrastructural development, education, among other cogent achievements, just as President Muhammadu Buhari, under the leadership of the All Progressive Congress, APC, has diligently gave his unlimited quota.
For these remarkable achievements, Nigerians should rise up and look forward to electing APC by giving the party another chance in 2023 and in future elections with a view to consolidating the gains recorded so far.
Credible, sincere, free and fair elections is the aim of the All Progressive Congress and the peace-loving Nigerians.
The 2023 general election. As a group, our main concern at the Network for Election Education Sensitization and Awareness is to see to the successful conduction of a peaceful, free, fair, credible election. We will sensitize the public and educate them with the importance of their votes, as well as ensure that all votes count during the election, while minimizing instances of voter apathy, improper handling, and wasting of votes. We are aware that electing good leaders who are patriotic enough to advance the successes already recorded by the APC administration cannot be achieved when the electors are ignorant of the task ahead of them. Hence, we take it as a duty to mobilize and sensitize Nigerians towards understanding their rights as citizens and as voters in order to effectively end the misery and agony caused by the PDP-led administration in the 16 years the party ruled this country. The network is desirous to see a robust campaign that is based on issues and not about personalities or character assassination. While we are working assiduously to put the worst moments behind us, we thank the Almighty Allah that the APC administration under President Muhammadu Buhari has been very meticulous in handling the election matters. It is gradually stabilizing the country and handling the nation's development challenges with equity, justice, and fair play. Development.
On the development in oil and gas industry, Engineer Kailani opined that it was a shame and a disgrace for the Controller General of the Customs, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, to lay an unspecific and unscientific proof that lacks empirical fact against the NNPC Limited and its Chief Executive Officer. There he stressed that the Controller General Hamid Ali should be removed and replaced with someone more competent that will accomplish the fact and the mission.
As a stakeholder in the oil and gas industry, it was regrettable to hear how the Controller General of Customs, Hamid Ali, descended so low to attack Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited without a scientific evidence to buttress his claims. After a careful scrutiny of Ali's allegations against the NNPC Limited and his group chief executive Mele Kyari, it became vividly clear that the issues he raised were unscientific and devoid of any facts. The accusation he leveled merely suggested how desperate he was at covering his failings as Controller General of Customs Services due to his inability to tame the wide allegations of corruption in the service, as well as his poor handling of the nation's borders. The Customs Services under him is regrettably in its worst period, unable to root out the corrupt practices and to manage the nation's borders very well. At a point in time, a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Fada Hunsi, and the Vice Chairman Senate Committee on Customs Services had to call on President Muhammadu Buhari to relieve Hamid Ali of his position in order to save the organization from further drift. While the custom services continue to drift under Hamid Ali, Ali's watch, who apparently uses military approach to the organization that requires professional handling, Kyari has positive things to offer to the country. Hence, the best option is to ease Hamid Ali out and have a professional that can manage the organization very well as a round peg in a round hole.
Energy for today, energy for tomorrow. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, as a private venture operating as a business venture, will yield positive expected results in the country.
NNPC efficient management. The NNPC is now a private venture operating as a business body in line with the best global practices. Nelly Kyari, who has been driving the organization with efficiency, passion, and determination to turn it around as one of the best petroleum companies in the world, is still holding forth as a development that is giving hope to every stakeholder in the industry at the international level. The Kyari administration has propelled NNPC to greater heights, and the organization is being run as a successful profit venture. At the recent United Nations General Assembly, UNGA 77, Kyari has attracted international community who are willing to invest in the Nigeria gas project. The issue of zero carbon emission, the need for huge foreign investment in the development of gas as a transition fuel, the persistent oil theft in the Niger Delta region, and how government laid out security architecture to reduce the menace associated with the oil production, as well as the laying of gas pipelines in the African corridor, were dominant issues in his address at the UNGA 77 General Assembly. Most importantly, Kyari will continue with the advocacy in Africa as his bill to attend Africa Oil Week in Cape Town, South Africa, where issues of sustainable growth in a low carbon will dominate the discussion.
And on the national development and the Central Bank of Nigeria's policies, Engineer Dr. Kailani Mohammed said the Naira is worsening, the exchange rate becoming unbearable to Nigerians. Consequently, he urged ASU to resolve amicably and go back to lectures.
The national development and CBN policies. The management of the nation's currency, the Naira, under the watch of CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, is, to say the least, disgusting. The value of Naira has been nosediving, making life so unbearable to the common man. With official exchange rate of Naira to $1 now at above 400, while in the parallel market it reached up to 700 Naira and heading towards 1,000 so rapidly. It is a welcome development that the Senate has moved positively to whittle down the powers of the CBN governor by revisiting the law that established the APC Bank. The current occupier of the office, Godwin Emefiele, has failed to demonstrate competence to save the nation's currency from further devaluation, making life so difficult to the common man. He has apparently failed to rise to the challenges of his office. Rather than focus on making the nation's currency strong in the global economy, he regrettably at a time became so partisan politically by wanting to become the next president, and was very unmindful of his responsibility as the head of the nation's APC Bank. Now that the Senate has taken up the issue appropriately by moving to amend the law establishing the APC Bank, Emefiele should either shape up or ship out honorably. Hence, with the CBN's governor's ineptitude, inefficiency, ineffective handling of the APC Bank, it is advisable that the president should show him the way out. The ASU strike, federal government should sheath its sword. The country had already experienced over 7 months of old strike, and disagreement is yet to be resolved. The Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU has been engaging various governments since 80s using strike methods to achieve their objective. Yet the challenges continues as a result of non-fulfillment of 2009 agreement by the federal government, and of recent is disagreement with the federal government over the mode of payment to university lecturers.
And that's all we have on the overview of performance of the APC's administration and other critical issues highlighted by the Chief Executive Director of the Liberator magazine, a political activist, public analyst, and the National Chairman, Network for Election Education, Sensitization and Awareness, Engineer Dr. Kailani Mohammed.